Welcome back to the Friday vlog series where today Ruby's not, it's Wednesday, I know, sorry about that. Ruby's not happy with me today. Come on in the car, please. So this video, by the way, is brought to you by Squarespace. Thank you very much for supporting my work. It's not funny. And we're gonna split it into two parts, this video, back to two parts. Part number one, I wanna share with you my plan to get to the bottom of the issues I've been facing with my Winspace Hyperwheels. You know, I've been back on the BMC T machine, which just feels like an absolute dream. Now I'm starting to reflect on my experiences with the, wait for the car, with the Winspace T1500, notably the Hyperwheels. A lot of you that follow the channel will know that I had, another car, quite a lot of noise issues with the rear wheel, creaks, groans. I tried lubing the spokes, I tried taping the spokes, and there was still some weird sounds coming from the rear wheel, the hub, the bearings, I'm not exactly sure where, another car. And I never resolved the issue. And I wonder if those issues also may be impacting performance. And part number two
is Rossi laying on the beanbag.
What's going on with Rossi on the beanbag, Rubes?
He's trying to get comfy.
Yeah, on your pink beanbag. He's struggling to get comfy on a pink beanbag, and my wife, Alice, she's recovering from her operation. She's getting back on the bike, which is pretty cool. So, let's get into it. So, we have the Winspace set up exactly how I like it here. Oh my, what the, I'm out of here. Bloody, get out of here, you silly blowfly. Trying to watch this dickhead. But look, the real reason why it's without a saddle and without pedals is I've realized that I probably need to invest in some more pedals and some more saddles now that I have 3 bikes on my hands, and the fact is I'm now currently riding the BMC T machine and the Factor 02 as a priority. So this one's sitting out having a rest, but while it's having a rest, I thought I would get to the bottom of what may be performance impacting issues with these Winspace Hyperwheels, which I want to share with you how we're going to do that in this video today. But before we do that, I just want to thank today's video sponsor, being Squarespace. If we actually have a look at my wife's website here, which was built just recently, it's on a Squarespace platform, and you can see how clean, simple, yet intuitive it is. And my wife, who's a non-techie, personally loves how easy it is to go into the back end, alter text, layouts, color schemes, etc. without needing any development skills. If you're keen to get a website off the ground, go to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/camnichols to save 10%. See all the relevant details below in the video description area. So can I just say that delivering last Friday's first impressions on the Winspace T1500 was quite difficult for me. Reason being, I too wanted the first impressions to be the cherry on top of what has been quite an interesting process, but I feel like a lot of people got irritated with what I had to say. Well, this was a bloody bought one, didn't I, mate? In fact, it was quite interesting to see the back-end analytics in my YouTube channel from that video, seeing a number of people unsubscribe from the channel, clearly being frustrated or irritated with what I had to say. But I was just being honest, and if I'm to be fully transparent with you, since that review, getting back on my BMC T machine this week has been unbelievable. The BMC has never felt so good. And I feel that's because I exclusively rode the Winspace on purpose for 3 weeks before delivering the first impressions, which enabled me to dial into the riding experience. But perhaps a negative side effect of that is you get used to that particular riding experience. But if we peel this onion back a little bit further, that being getting back on the BMC and the BMC feeling so much better, while enjoying the BMC, I've also been reading all the comments from Winspace users about their experiences with Winspace products, notably the Hyperwheels. So I've decided to get to the bottom of what may be a performance impacting issue with at least the Winspace rear Hyperwheel. Now, before I share with you what we're going to do here, one theme that I've noticed that has come through that I wanted to share with you from Winspace users that have been sharing with me pictures of their frames and their builds and their thoughts over email and Instagram, etc., is that what they've been riding previous to purchasing the Winspace T1500 hasn't been a top of the range super bike like a Specialized Venge or a Cervelo S5, etc. Even upcoming YouTuber Charles Wimay, that's definitely how you say his surname because I asked him direct about this over Instagram. I'll link to his channel below. While he was very positive about the Winspace and his riding experience, I also know that was his first ever superbike. Love you, Charles! So I can actually understand people being quite positive about their experiences with the T1500 if it was the first ever superbike that they had ever ridden. Fortunately for me, and the value that I could bring to the table for this review, due to pestering many brands over the years, is that I've had the opportunity to test and review at least 6 other superbikes in the past 3 years. And while much of what I share is anecdotal, you start to get a good feel for these bikes, and that is why I ended up removing these wheels for my first impressions, because I felt like there was something not right with the Winspace T1500. And as you now know, I put on these Zip Course 30 wheels, and when rolling out of my driveway, immediately the Zip Course 30 alloy wheels felt a whole lot better. As I said, the bike felt 5 to 10% better. The Winspace still carried that sort of heavy feeling that I described in the first impressions, but things improved. And while these Zip wheels are a great all-rounder, they shouldn't really be improving the ride experience by that amount, if any, versus carbon hoops, especially when there's so much positivity out there about these hyper wheels. And for me, the resounding takeaway from my first impressions experience was my little 3.5 minute segment up Gindia Drive, my testing ground for bikes. And look, I agree, the test is far from perfect and will be compromised by environmental conditions day to day, despite testing on low wind days and the climb being protected. But a 5-second difference between the Winspace with alloy wheels and the Winspace with hypercarbon wheels at the exact same tyre pressure with the exact same tyres at a very similar wattage, while that definitely validated what I was feeling on the bike, i.e. this bike just felt 5 to 10% better with these wheels, logically and weighing up all the information at hand about the Winspace hyper wheels, it feels a little bit off. So what I've done so far is I have emailed Winspace for their feedback on what they feel could be the potential issue, which I'm going to share with you in due course. And I've also arranged an inspection with my local bike shop, Trilogy Cycles, who are going to be pulling the wheels apart and hopefully allow me to film the process, which I will share with you to assess what may be causing the issue. And look, speaking to many people in the know about carbon wheels and the problems that I've been having, including where the sounds may be coming from, because I was still getting heaps of sounds, as I said, when I put grease in between the spokes, and now even with tape, there was still all sorts of random sounds coming from the wheels. There's so many possible options. It could be the hubs, the bearings, still in the spokes, or maybe even a blend. So ultimately, I'm hoping we can get to the bottom of the issue together. I'm going to share what I find, uncover. So not only do we get rid of the ting ping dings and all these random sounds that are coming from the bike, but also potentially, hopefully, improve the performance of the wheel. And I'll take this wheel, put it back on the bike, and we'll retest the hyper wheels back up Gindia Drive on a low wind day, 350 watts, etc., and see what may happen. So let's get into part 2 of this video. So I was just riding here on this country road. We're just in Noosa, my local hometown, Queensland, and 2 kangaroos came jumping over there, almost launched out onto the road and cleaned me up. But luckily I hit the brakes just in time and they've just gone over there. Something that you've got to be aware of here in Australia. And I was just thinking how these bright kits, cars definitely give you a wider berth than if you were wearing a dark kit. But kangaroos, they couldn't give a shit. So I was actually just telling my wife, who's behind me here, about my kangaroo encounter this morning. There's always plenty of kangaroos on that road, but that is the closest I've ever come. And I should mention, for those of you who may have missed the video that I published, I'll put it up here if you missed it. The gear that I'm wearing at the moment, the peddler gear, I've also got their orange kit to stand out in the road. They've recently become a channel partner. Not only are they making the RCA kits, but they've also kindly provided me with a referral link, which I'll put below if you purchase some of their awesome kit. They've literally got the best bibs I've ever worn. I'm not just saying that. If you use my referral link, a small commission comes back to the channel. So thanks so much to the peddler for your support. And while my wife is behind me, I thought I would ask her what it's like to be back on the bike. She hasn't been on the bike for quite some time, given the surfing and the small operation she had. So, you smell lovely.
Thank you.
What's it like to be back on the bike? It's good to see you back on the bike, actually. It's been some time.
It has. I like how you said little operation too, like just a little operation where they sliced you open twice.
What's it like not to exercise for months or weeks? That was tough.
Yeah, I had my moments. I think if I wasn't eating so well, like obviously I'm pretty focused on nutrition and that type of thing. If I was eating like a beast, lots of junky food, one of you would have died. You would have been the first.
Yeah. Okay.
But I was hanging to get back to it, and it's that first sweat that I broke was pretty special.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's good to see you back on the bike.
Yeah.
Are you going to keep it up?
I don't know. I thought I was doing really well. Like I knew that I'd lost, because I haven't been riding for months and months and months. And when I first broke a sweat, I thought I was pedaling at like my old watts, and then when I checked it on the Wahoo, it was like 110. So,
versus what do you normally do?
I used to sit just like for cardio, would sit on 130 for an hour, and then I was on 110 like shattered for half an hour. So, and I know 130 is not even that great.
Well, it's good to see you back on the bike.
Yay.
Hey Rossi, you gonna come here? Come on, up here. Oh, can you turn that down just for a second? Just for a second. Here you go, mate. So we're gonna leave you with some scenes now. Rossi's been enjoying Ruby's pink beanbag. It's never really taken to it, but just out of nowhere.
Yeah, he's not allowed on the couch. And
Oh, just for the Friday vlog series, come on. Oh, just for the Friday vlog series. Look at him. He's loving it. Yeah, I thought I'd leave you with some scenes. My wife's got some footage on her phone as well, I think, of him trying to get comfortable on the pink beanbag. I'll catch you in the next video.